What I've learned in the last couple of years, at least I was trying to do it myself. And now, all I try to do is create amazing partnerships.
Welcome to beautiful Miami, Florida. And I just spent most of the day at the studios of the Entrepreneurs Agency. And if you've been following me, and I know you've been following me over the last few weeks, I've been walking you through the process of rolling out the new Odigo online academy. And walking you through this journey of what works, what didn't work. And I've been interviewing various experts in various areas, especially in those areas where I'm weak. So today, the studio was all about branding and image. And so I'm with the man, the expert in branding, Ray Perez.
Thank you.
Ray, thank you for joining me here.
Thank you for having me here. Appreciate it.
Okay. Now, you've worked with, I'm sure, hundreds or thousands of celebrities and executives. Can you kind of tell my followers maybe what's a key mistake people make when they're trying to, especially when they're trying to brand themselves?
I would say the number one key mistake that most entrepreneurs make when they've made the decision to brand themselves is branding themselves to their company. And let me be very specific what I mean by that. And I'm guilty of it myself, by the way. So I've converted since. When you build a personal brand, it doesn't mean that you're putting your image into your company brand. That's not a personal brand. Or it doesn't mean that you make yourself the expert or specialist in that particular niche that your business is in. Because really what you're doing is you're branding yourself as the business, which means, in my opinion, you're limiting yourself to what you do as a business. Because I believe you as a person is so much more. There's so many facets. You own this business that provides this service in this vertical, and you might be the best at that within that vertical, but does that mean you're only good at that? And that's the biggest mistake that the majority of entrepreneurs make. They'll take themselves, they'll put it into their personal brand and say, I'm the expert at this, which ends up putting them in a box. Yep. Which limits them in the future. What I suggest is brand yourself based on what you're great at. And there's a process, obviously, that we go through to figure that out and bring that out of someone, and then say, I own this company that specializes in this area. And this company is the best, is the specialist, is the ultimate of this. But I own that company. And I also own this other company that specializes in this other vertical, and now your opportunities are endless.
Yeah, and that was the mistake I made going in. I combined them, right? And it took me a little time. The expert finally convinced me, but to separate those. So I'm going through that process.
But let me say this: this is not something that's like obvious. I would say that 95% of the marketing and branding people out in the world are doing what I just said, are taking you and branding you around your business and calling that your personal brand. I don't believe it's the entrepreneur's fault. I believe it's the branding people's fault that they're not clear on what the difference is by incorporating you into your personal brand and making you based on your business, which I believe no one's ever taught this. And I also believe this. I don't think they know any better.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better until I personally experienced it and realized, wait a second, why am I limiting myself to this one thing? I could still be the owner of this. I could still have the niche market in the specialty. I don't have to become it to have it. And that's where my mentality changed from being the business to being the owner of the business that can own multiple. And then from there, to be honest with you, then my entire business and life changed at that point.
Yeah. So you just got a key secret for free. So can you give us some other ones? Any other things that you think, this is what you should be, when you're going into this personal branding, these are some of the things you should be looking at.
Let me talk to the people that are listening that are not considering building their personal brand. Like, I have no interest in building my personal brand. I just want to have my company. I don't even want to be involved. And eventually I want to sell it and I want to exit. Because that's what I hear by a lot of entrepreneurs. So if that's you, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. And you can ask yourself these questions too, Lance. Who does the majority of the sales in your business? who works with the customer or the client the majority of the time. That doesn't mean you don't have employees that take care of stuff, but if you connect with the person, you do some level of coaching or consulting or whatever, then you work with them. And who's the face of the business? And what I mean who's the face is like who owns, who's, because those three questions, if you've answered yourself to those three questions, you are, whether you like it or not, whether you're happy with it or not, you're what I refer to as a personality-driven business. What that means is if we pulled you out of the business, there's no way the business would survive. Okay? If you took a trip to Europe for 7 months, there's no way that the business would continue to produce what it's currently producing with you in it. That's called a personality-driven business. If you're listening to this right now and you fall into that category and you are not open or considering investing in your personal brand, not your business brand, not yourself in your business, in your personal brand, I want to tell you to reconsider. Because there's so much value in who you are intrinsically compared to what your business does and the value that produces. No one books your business to go on a podcast. Nobody books your company to come speak at an event. Nobody interviews your logo or website. So consider the fact, if you are the one that produces and pulls the attention, the connection, the relationships, right? Your company can't do this. Why would you not invest in the number one best resource in your entire business? So I urge everyone to consider what would it look like if you invested the time, money, energy, and effort that you're doing into your company, to your website, to your logo, to your business plan, into yourself. And what that could do for you, what that would look like. Now, obviously, I do an entire training around this, right? We only have a few minutes left, but there is so much value in a human being to other human beings, because in the end of the day, that's who's buying from you. Sure. People are buying from you. People are making the buying decisions for the big company, and they're making that buying decision based on the way that they feel. All buying decisions are based on emotion, backed by logic. If you invest in your personal brand, logically, more people will be emotionally connected, more likely to buy from you, and you'll be able to make more of an impact in the world.
Okay, so let's talk about those people who are willing to make that investment in their brand. Any couple secrets or tidbits you can give them?
To build your brand identity, there's 3 key areas you need to focus on. Number 1 is your verbal identity, what you're saying, the messages you're talking. There's 2 specific verbal identities I work on. Number 1 is an expert title. That's who you are. Number 2 is a USP, which is your unique selling proposition, which is what you do for them. Not what you do. What you do for them, which are the benefits and the results, not what you actually do, which is usually the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make. Number 2 is your visual identity. What you look like, the way your digital presence, the colors of your brand. Colors have emotions connected to them. Most people don't realize that. Blue is a trust color. There's a reason I wear blue. I want people to feel that they can trust me. That's on purpose. If you realize most banks and most insurance companies, health insurance companies, are blue. Wonder why? It's not by coincidence. It's not because grandma gave you the purple blanket and they love that purple blanket, so now the company colors are purple. Doesn't work like that. Visual identity is your colors. It's your staple look, right? Are you wearing a jacket? Are you wearing a tie? Do you wear a pocket square? Do you have a mohawk? What's your thing? Do you wear suspenders? Do you wear a bow tie? Do you wear a big fancy ring, watches? There's something that is your look. You need to find something and attach that. And third, and most importantly, which I believe most branding, marketing people miss, and most entrepreneurs, is your value identity. What do you stand for? What is your purpose? What is your mission? Why do you do what you do? Not what you do or how you do it. Why do you do what you do? What's the impact you're trying to make in the world? Because it's not just about making money. There's got to be a bigger purpose. And a lot of entrepreneurs haven't taken the time to sit there and think, why do I do what I do? And really put that passion and that connection into your marketing, into your brand identity, so people can connect with you. Because in the end of the day, we're all energy. right? We're all human beings and we get connected by that. And through the power of video, through the power of photography, social media, web pages, we can connect and other people can feel us and build what we call a celebrity status. I mean, I wrote the book, Cracking the Celebrity Code, which is all about how do you elevate your perception of value in the world so that other people perceive you in their mind as a celebrity. Okay. How do they feel an affinity towards you? Like, wow, I really like this guy. Like, I feel good. Think about sports athletes. Think about musicians. Think about movie stars. People are raving fans. They love these individuals, these celebrities, but they've never met them in their entire life. How is it possible that one human being to another could actually have an affinity, like, I love you, and you've never met the person in your entire life? How does that happen? And this is why I wrote the book right here, and it comes down to these three things. What they see, what they hear, and what they read about you, multiplied by many exposures over time. Okay. Doesn't happen from one day to the next. You need time of them to see, hear, and read different exposures. So, podcasts, radio shows, social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, your webpage, your blog, your live event, your recording, your Zoom call. These are all exposure points of what people see, hear, and read. The more of those that you get in front of them, the more likely they're going to elevate their mental perception of value of who you are. The higher you get the value, the more celebritized you are, the more they're drawn to you, the more they want to listen to you, the more they want to refer you, the more they want to do business with you. And in the end of the day, isn't that what we're all trying to create?
Exactly.
And the more influence you have, which I believe is what you should use for good and make an impact in the world.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Those people who are serious about personal branding and building, how best to contact you?
So the best way to contact me is on my personal website, which I actually invented to pull together all of my branding in one place. It's called the 360 site, rayperez360.com. You can connect with me on any of my social medias, all my web pages, my videos, my contact information, my WhatsApp. Everything's in one place, rayperez360.com.
Okay. If I may ask you another question.
Sure.
About 360. Kind of describe to people what this is, where did that come from, and what's the benefit?
So I had a problem. I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about results. And I was going to networking events. I was going to trade shows. I was speaking on stages. And I was passing out business cards. And I was receiving business cards. And I said, there's got to be a more effective way. I had the card scanner. I had the camera thing. I had a VA putting stuff. I said, this is ridiculous. There's got to be a better way. The second part was I knew that someone had to feel that I'm valuable to them before they were going to make a buying decision. So I felt that if I hand you my business card and it has my business website, what do you feel I'm trying to do? Sell you. I mean, there's no way that because I am. And even though I am, I don't want people to feel that way.
Yeah, exactly. No one wants to be sold.
We love to buy as human beings, especially Americans. We love to buy, but we hate to be sold.
Sure.
So I said, there's got to be a better way for me to build rapport with someone than giving them my business website. So you know what I thought of? Social media. There's no better way to build a relationship with someone and let them connect with you than social media. But there was one problem. How do I know what's your favorite social media? How do I know what you like? How do I know what the next person likes? Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. There's too many options. So I said, man, there's got to be a way to have all of these social medias in one place that all I need to do is give the person one link, and when they click that one link or go to that one website, that they can make the decision from their power. Not, here's my website, I have the power. Here's all my social media. Here's all my websites. Here's everything that's in the world that if you Googled me, it's all be right here and on a silver platter, and I let you make the decision how you want to connect, how you want to research, how you want to stalk me, right? However, cyber stalking, however you want to put it. But I just thought to myself, what if I just make it easy for people? Why would I make them Google me? Why do I make them take their time? Why don't I just give it to them? Here's the other thing. People don't take a lot of time to research you. So why would I waste my precious seconds that I have in the world when someone's going to take their precious time to research me, which I only have a few seconds to get their attention, and I only have a few minutes for them to actually engage with me before they start looking at cat videos? Why would I give it to them in one place? That's how a 360 site was born. And I got to tell you, unless you listen to what I said right now, nobody understands that that's what a 360 site is. They just say, oh, this is cool, all your stuff in one place. They don't understand the psychological depth that this actual site has in the terms of building relationships with people that would lead to a business transaction in the future.
Yeah, makes sense. And I'm going through the process right now, so I'm learning, how to truly leverage this. So, again, if people are interested in 360, what's the best way?
RayPerez360.com. My websites are there, my contact information, all in one place. If you want your own 360 site for free, at the bottom of RayPerez360.com, click on the little Get Started for Free and create your own.
Okay, so I would strongly suggest that you go to 360. You use 360. Go to RayPerez360.com. Get more information on it.
Business is built on relationships, right?